everyone, and welcome to the Masterpiece Lounge. As you join us, say hello in the chat and let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm so excited to be back with another segment. I am your hostess, certified life coach, author, and speaker, Chris Natha DeRozier. And so, this is our corner of the internet where we have really insightful and positive conversation and dialogue about topics that help elevate and push our personal and professional lives forward. And so today is no different. So today's segment, we're going to be discussing how to overcome people pleasing. How to overcome people pleasing. I must be honest, I have been a people pleaser for a very long time in my life. And in recent years, I have overcome it, but I have also been very mindful of those moments where I could fall back into it, right? And so I just want to share some tips, some steps on how to begin overcoming this. This may not be something that everyone deals with, but there are a good, a good significant amount of us that have dealt with this or are dealing with this. And we're going to talk about some of those ways to start setting those boundaries. Okay. But yes, how to overcome people pleasing. So let's get right into it. The first step in overcoming people pleasing is to be true to yourself instead of trying to fit in. Okay. Again, number one is be true to yourself instead of trying to fit in. The most important thing to remember about your behavior is to stay true to who you are. Do not do things that you do not want to do simply because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings. They will be okay, right? So avoid doing something just because it'll make you look good in someone else's eyes, or you're trying to impress someone, but stick to what you know is right for you. Be true to who you are. If something goes against your values, something goes against your belief system, if something goes against your moral compass, right? Don't do it, no matter what, right? No matter any type of pressure or expectation you feel like others have, do not do it. Stick to what you believe in. If you've been put on the spot and asked to do something that you don't feel comfortable with, don't be afraid to stand your ground. You don't have to be rude to stand your ground. You just have to be clear. All right, I'm going to say that again. You don't have to be rude to stand your ground. You just have to be clear. It shows that you are strong enough to make your own decisions. Number two is learn to say no. Okay. I know a lot of us may struggle or have struggled, right? Some of us have been delivered, but learn to say learn to say no. Sometimes people pleasing can become such a deeply ingrained habit, especially based on maybe how things are done in your family, how you were raised, right? And sometimes it becomes such an ingrained habit that you have to tell yourself that it's okay to say no. Don't be afraid that someone's not going to like you anymore, or maybe you're afraid of rejection. Say no, right? This may be hard, but no is a full sentence. It's okay to put yourself first and say no if someone asks you for something you don't want to do, or if they ask you for something unreasonable or impossible. Now, there are moments in our lives that we will do things that we don't feel like doing, right? Because we are grown ups, right? And so I don't want to paint the picture that everything that you are asked to do or expected to do, it's something that you want to do. Absolutely not. Who wants to get up early and go to work in the morning, right? But we do it. And so I just want to make that disclaimer. But if you're being put on the spot, if you're being asked to do something that you know deep down, it's just you're so uncomfortable, right? Be honest. Be honest and say no. It is absolutely okay. Stop saying yes when you really want to say no. Overly committing yourself to things that you don't even care about, right? It's okay to say that you can't do something. Absolutely. And you don't necessarily owe anyone a full explanation, a story about why. That's irrelevant. Just say no. I'm not able to do that. I'm not available. No, I cannot assist you with blank, right? You can do that again. We don't have to be rude. We just have to be clear. Okay. Number three is to set healthy boundaries. Now, this is something I learned as an adult. I didn't know that I didn't set boundaries well. But as an adult, I learned that. And so then had to unlearn all of the things that I knew to relearn a new way. And so people pleasers are often unaware of the boundaries they need to set in their lives. But you can start by noticing what you are doing. Okay. And so I want you to really start looking at your patterns, paying attention to you more. What do I do when, right? What do I do when this happens and that happens? So this might be or seem difficult at first, but it's important that you start noticing what is happening and identify things that need to change. A lot of times when we're in certain scenarios and we're there often, we get upset, frustrated at the situation as well as the other people. But we also have to look at our patterns as well and see what can we do differently for a different outcome. So make a list of the things that you are doing that make you feel unhappy, that make you feel used, or makes you feel like getting, let's see, I'm thinking of some examples here, like um, this might be a stretch, but like getting coffee for a coworker or something like that, or doing tasks at work that have nothing to do with your job, right? And so being able to say, is this, how does this line up with what I'm supposed to do? And being able to get clarity about how is this actually supposed to go, right? So this simple strategy can allow you to remain true to yourself without feeling the need to please everyone, because you're not going to please everyone. So please release yourself from that expectation. You will not please everyone. And if you're trying to do that, something is wrong. So boundaries give you the ability to say no when another person asks for help or takes advantage of your time, which can happen often if you do not set boundaries. So remember, you are not selfish. You are just confident enough in who you are that you know it's okay not to agree with someone's requests all of the time. The next step is stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. What does this mean? So, the moment you stop making excuses, you'll have more time and energy to do what you really want to do. You'll feel more in control of your life and also less of a victim to other people's demands. If you can make an excuse, if you make an excuse every time someone asks you to do something for them, as in, sorry, I'm afraid I can't because, then it can lead to a lack of work life balance and it can also leave little time for personal pursuits that you have. Okay. So you don't have to explain. A lot of times when we are saying no to someone or letting someone know we can't do something, we feel the need to paint the picture for them to have understanding. You don't always have to do that. You know, every scenario is unique. However, in the big scheme of things, you do not have to start explaining and telling a story. It just no, you can't. You don't owe anyone a story. Now I know if someone's extremely close to you, depending on the level and the intimacy level of the relationship, like your partner, your spouse, yes, you're going to explain why. That's different. But just someone asking you to do something and you cannot do it, or it's just not something you want to do, and then commit your time to, just say you can't. You're not available. That's it. That's it. I have been guilty of this, trying to always explain and wanting the other party to understand and empathize with me. That is not their job, and most people don't care. They want what they want, and the moment you said no, some of them stop listening. But yes, people pleasing, it never works out well. Be true to who you are. Also, I want to encourage you to spend some time alone. It doesn't mean that you need to isolate yourself and never be around people. But I do want, if you are someone who does not do this yet, learn to spend time alone. Learn to spend time with yourself. Learn to be okay with you, to be true to who you are. Have a clear and better understanding of what you like, of what things that are important to you, and some things that aren't, and all of that being okay, because all of that is who you are in this moment, and that is okay. All right. So those are some steps and tips I wanted to share with you to help you to begin overcoming people pleasing. So We all need to be set free today. So yes, hopefully it was super, super insightful. And take those tips, start applying them right away, and let me know how it goes. Okay, start saying no, setting those boundaries, and standing up for yourself. I'm Chris Nath, the DeRozier, certified life coach, author, and speaker. And your hostess here at the Masterpiece Lounge. So let me know in the comments your thoughts about people pleasing, if it's something that you dealt with and that you are working on overcoming. Okay, because we are all in this thing together. I will see you again, same time, same place next week. And until then, be well. Take care.